You don't know who to trust. Your worst enemy can be your best friend, and your best friend, your worst enemy. Me bad for me born, and me gwan so. Me bad for me gwan, and una na tan so. Big up on a nice clean self. I know you guys haven't heard a peek, any content for a couple of days now. Remember, we always say life first, family first, and then everything else come after. Remember, we live a real life out here other than social media. And what do we always say? We utilize our able body. We utilize our social insurance number. We out there at work. We out there do our thing. Because at the end of the day, we have to make ends meet. Now, let's get into this one. I hope you guys are doing well so far. This is the best time for a lot of people. Thursday, almost Friday, almost payday. Spend your money wisely and don't forget to save a little bit for the rainy day. And don't forget to pay yourself first, right? So hope your week been well and hope your week been very well and very good. And you had a prosperous, okay? A prosperous week so far, okay? So let's get into this one, folks. Munga Honourable gets April 30th court date. Now you know that Munga end up with a murder case or murder charging from 2017. So count with me. It's been almost 7 years, right? And stuff like that. Remember I say that in a lot of murder case and some people won't end up on bail, right? Like, you know, the Vice Cartel situation, he never got any bail. And the Munga situation, he got bail. And the Ninja Man saga, he was out on bail. So it depends on how they claim maybe you're, you're a threat to society or maybe what they deem or what they think you are. Sometimes you don't get that bail, right? But anyways, ooh, me bad from me born. Anyhow, let's get into the content. So entertainer Munga Honourable will have to wait until April 30th to plead his case in court following a new development in his ongoing murder trial. Oh no. So therefore the police them are using all what they have because of so many cases that get slipped through their hand, possible allegedly. So this one they may be saying, okay, we have some new development. So possibly there's new evidence. Let's get into the story. The artist who was arrested and charged in connection with the 2017 murder of Cleveland Smith appeared in court yesterday only to have the case deferred, postponed. April, see you again, in other words. As you guys know, the victim, Cleveland Smith, is Mr. Vegas' family member, right? And we're going to get into that. So put that in your mind for a minute, yes? According to reports, a crucial piece of phone evidence revealed by the prosecution had not been disclosed to the defense, prompting the need for a new court date. So is this a mishap again on the prosecution side? Because we all know when it comes to murder trial, we know when it comes to everybody of courts, name it, from civil court to family court and all of the courts that on earth. You know, once you're submitting evidence, you have to submit evidence to the court itself and to whom you're fighting, right? So if it's a civil matter and you're going to introduce information to the court, you have to introduce information to the court and the person who you're suing in the civil matter. right? Family matter, it's the same thing. If you and your partner is fighting over the children, you have some evidence, you have to submit it to the court and also submit it to your partner, whether through counsel or through him who's representing himself. Yada, 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 and so on, right? Anyways, so is this a mishap again? On the police side, on the police radar, on the police hands that they never turn over evidence, prompting the need for a new court date? What did they say? According to the reports, a crucial piece of phone evidence revealed by prosecution had not been disclosed to the defense, prompting the need for a new court date. Okay? The case against Munga Honourable stems from a fatal altercation that occurred at a party in Akiwak, St. Andrew, back in 2017, where Smith was allegedly attacked and killed by a group of men, one of whom was reportedly armed with a gun. Reports are that the Smith had previously attacked Munga Honourable with a machete. You guys know that Munga was chopped. His whole shoulder was almost off the bones, right? Okay. Reports are that Smith, basically, like I said, attacked Munga Honourable by machete. In a social media post prior to his court appearance, Munga Honourable shared a video of himself in a prayer-like pose expressing the emotional toll and the ordeal has taken on him. In the caption, he wrote about enduring pain and painful memories from the unwarranted near-fatal attack and the subsequent 8 years of accusation, charges, threats, legal fees, restriction, and court appearances, meaning that Munga basically can't travel, right? Munga Honourable reaffirmed his commitment to his innocent plea. Okay? All right? Now, remember in the past, Mr. Vegas came and said that Munga Honourable lawyer was taking off some time or deferred the case because he had some kind of personal needs. And Mr. Vegas went out and said that he wants to know, and he wants to know what's really going on, and it's taking so long. So let's reflect actually, and let's actually backtrack in the past and hear what's going on, okay? Like I told you guys, the victim is Mr. Vegas family member. Let's get into this, okay?
The Jamaica justice system, I am watching keenly to see if Mr. Townsend
Listen.
will be representing those people, those are the persons that he's representing in the courts. So Mr. Townsend, I know you're looking for me to say things on the matter because you tried to insinuate, or you insinuated prior that I was speaking on the matter. This is my first time speaking on the matter, and this is directed to you, Mr. Townsend. Yeah? Because I am, you know, the article was not clear, you know? Yeah, it was not clear on what the personal challenges, are that you're having. You understand? So I will be looking if you'll be representing Jennifer.
So did you hear? So Christopher Thousand supposed to be, I guess, Munga Honourable lawyer. And remember what I said in the past? Vegas said that the case been prolonging because they had some kind of difficulties. Now here come the difficulties, because if there was phone evidence and the prosecutor never turned it over to Munga's lawyer, then my, that evidence would have to be thrown out, admissible basically, because how dare you not giving the other party the evidence so they could act, so they could fight to throw it out, so they could fight to keep it in, and the list go on. Now you know how the legality of courthouse goes. Everybody know when it comes to the court, you have to have your P's and Q's, and you have to submit this, and you have to submit this to basically all parties that are involved in the court case, right? Let's continue.
If you are still the attorney before 2025, then I will understand that it is not a personal issue where you cannot practice. Yeah, it's not a personal issue where you take a leave of absence. Yeah, that is not the case. So I will then understand, and then I will be contacting the justice system to get clarity on why the case was postponed for almost 2 years, because what personal challenges you are having, because as a family member.
So like I said, the case was postponed from the last time they went to court, like last year. I mean, 2 years ago, the case was postponed, and now Munga got a date, and it's coming up in April, almost soon. As in, as you say, who is there? April is right there with Easter, right there with the court case, right? Let's continue.
I think we are entitled to know what type of personal challenges you are having, if it has anything to do with the case. You understand? I think we need a statement, and if we don't get a statement, we'll be watching keenly, Mr. Townsend. Yeah? So, just to remind you, you already know that I am his uncle.
I told you.
Yeah? I am Cleveland's, the deceased uncle. Yeah. I am the deceased.
So fact check, never lie. See what I'm saying? So what did I say? Who is the victim? Mr. Vegas' family member, and that's the victim, Mr. Vegas, the uncle. What did I say now? So I never tell a lie, right? Let's continue.
Uncle, and he's not just a drunk crow that them lick down on the roadside. Yeah? Just wanted to know that. Alright? Big up on yourself. Give thanks. Better the camera look too red a while ago.
And before we even drag down in the rest that Mr. Vegas has to say, we want to also add, and I'm going to say allegedly, and Mr. Vegas did speak on it, but I couldn't locate the tape, where Mr. Vegas said that his cousin had some kind of mental issue, like how you guys claim that Lisa Hyper had. According to Mr. Vegas, if I locate this video by the ending of this live, then I will play it. Mr. Vegas also alleged in the past that he tried to seek so many help for his same nephew that is deceased, that they claim that chopped Munga before he even chopped up Munga or chopped Munga. We also heard, and I'm going to say allegedly, that the victim was a deportee from, I believe, America. You know, when you're in America, you get deported. It's either criminal activity or you overstay your time. All of those things alleged in the past. But Mr. Vegas did come out and say he went to so many places to get him help because he had a mental issue as well. Right? And if I can locate that video sometime after this live is done, then I will do so. If not, the next time I'm coming to speak to another content, I will remind you guys and then give you guys a fact check of what I spoke about with Mr. Vegas' nephew, yada yada yada. Let's continue.
Red Fox. Why people can't read my body language? Roots, something. So me look like I'm mad at the world. Or you just pick up that so me angry, or disappointed, or troubled. Or you pick up that. I'm actually have some contention with the yeah. I have to make sure so I choose my words carefully. I have to make sure so I choose my words carefully, because I don't want to fall into a trap that I believe Christopher Townsend is setting for me. So I'm trying to choose my words correctly, because I'm not going to fall into that rat trap where the match I set for me. So I'm gonna try and be as contained as I should. Yeah, choose my words properly. So whatever I'm going to talk about here is something that has been reported on. So I'm staying objective, very objective on this matter. Yeah? So what I'm reading at this point, what I'm about to read at this point, is from the Jamaica Gleaner. Right? These are not my personal words, these is from the Jamaica Gleaner. Munga trial postponed till 2025. Murder trial of dancehall entertainer Munga Honourable postponed until 2025. The murder trial involving dancehall artist Munga Honourable was today postponed to February 17, 2025 in the Home Circuit Court. The entertainer, whose real name is Damian Roden, and his co-defendant, Sherdian Gordon, are charged in the connection with the 2017 murder of Cleveland Smith. That is actually my nephew. The trial was scheduled to begin today. That was yesterday. However, the matter failed to proceed due to personal challenges being experienced by Munga's lawyer, Christopher Townsend. Right? So, that is a backstory on this, according to the Jamaica Gleaner. Again, these are not my words. I will not give I will not say what I know of. I will go with what the Gleaner said, whether it is, whether there are any accuracy with their statement, but I'm going to go with what the Gleaner said. The Gleaner states, according to police report, on the day in question, Smith, who is the nephew of dancehall artist Mr. Vegas, was accosted by a group of men, one reportedly armed with a gun, at a dance in Akiwak, St. Andrew. An altercation ensued, resulting in Smith being shot and later pronounced dead at the Kingston Public Hospital. Prior to his death, Smith had injured Munga Honourable in a machete attack. Right? So, that is from the Jamaica Star. Right? Jamaica Gleaner, excuse me. This case has been going on for has been an ongoing trial. It's not even a trial because the trial has started. So what we call it?
What did I tell you for a long time? It's going on for almost 7 years now.
The matter has been in front of the court since, 2017, I'm saying? Yeah. Or thereabout. And I'm trying to get clarification, or I would like to get clarification on the trial being postponed for almost 2 years at this point because of personal issues with Mr. Townsend. I'm not really 100% sure how the justice system works. One thing I know though, justice delayed means justice denied, right? Due to personal challenges being experienced by the accused, the lawyer. I'm trying to figure out if this 2 years postponement is because the lawyer needs 2 years to take a leave of absence. Is this lawyer having personal issues? Means that all these other cases will be postponed until 2025 and thereafter, or this is the only available date that they have, based on the backlog or whatever in the system. I don't know, because I think it's a little bit vague. A lawyer, personal experience, and you just postpone a case until 2025. So I would like to get some answers from the justice.
So what did I say? So the case has postponed until 2025, and now the case comes up now in April 2025. So long run, short catch. In other words, I am not sure, right? I am not sure at all, right? Anyways, let's continue.
System. If this is a case where Mr. Townsend is having issues across the board all around, or is he having issues with Cleveland Smith's case, or the artist's case, right? According to the artist in another article that I read, he is disappointed that the case was postponed until such a later date. I don't know what to take of that. I'm just saying what is out there. I'm not.
1 second. Let's continue.
I'm not trying to assume. I'm not making any assumption here. but I think, as a citizen and as a family member, I would like to hear more from the justice system. Is this a situation where Mr. Townsend is having personal issues where all of his cases are going to be postponed until a later date? Cases like, I think he's representing Noel Maitland. What's the guy name that is accused of killing Donnelly? He's representing that person. I think it's Noel Maitland is his name. He's also representing Jennifer Masado. On my last check, I don't know if he's still a lawyer in that case, with the Mavado case. So, because you tried. When was this? This was 2021. Mr. Townsend sent a warning to me and accused me falsely of speaking about the case. He said here in an article, asked whether he was concerned that certain bloggers and commentators like Mr. Vegas, a relative of the victim, could make pronouncements of the case in the public arena, right?
So Munga. So Munga had a lot to say in the past as well, and we're going to get to that as well, right? Okay.
Townsend replied, according to the article, we have some issues with how he has made comments in the past. We understand that he is angry. Well, Mr. Townsend, there was no study or any evaluation for you to say I am angry. I don't know where you get that from to say I was angry. But may realize now, say you're more than just a lawyer. You're actually somebody who can determine emotions by somebody not speaking or showing any signs of it. So according to the article, Mr. Townsend said he understands that I was angry, but that doesn't give anyone the right to make pronouncements when they don't know the facts. This is the first time I am speaking on this matter. And I am speaking on this matter based on what came out yesterday, the postponement until 2025. Almost 2 years from this date, or from the date, of what was supposed to be the trial. Yeah? So I am concerned, I'm concerned because I am not sure if this is some form of tactics. Yeah? I'm not sure if this is some form of tactics that lawyers use to their advantage in terms of wearing out the witnesses. Yeah? And whatever. I'm not sure. If this is some form of craft, to wear out the weaknesses so they may, whatever, forget what them did for say or whatever. This is and questions. I'm not sure. I don't know. Is that the case? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. You see? At the same time, every man deserve a fair trial. And every victim deserves justice. You understand? Yeah. You see what I say? So, me no know. Me no know. Me no know. Me no know. And anybody can make the case, and you can look up the case, and you can make your own commentaries on it and whatever. Me just keep it at 100. Me just want to know if this is a tactic. I just want to know. Yeah, these are the questions I have for the justice system. Yeah, in case you think that Cleveland Smith was just like a dog, yeah, or like he was nobody, or he had no one, or he had no family members. We just want you to know, say me I want them family members. You see? Yeah, and we are watching the case keenly. Yeah. We're watching the case keenly, justice system. Yeah? We're watching the case keenly, and we're being tight-lipped about the case. We're not going to say anything to compromise the case. We're going to keep it 100. Here's what I say. I make, justice, takes its course. You see, or the whatever. But we are watching still, and we will wait until 2025 to see if it's going to be, further postponed until maybe 2027, until 2029, until 2030, and we'll be here. Yeah. Yeah, man, we'll be here. We'll be here. So we wait until 2025. Yeah. And we'll look at a little bit of clarity, because we'll be watching if Mr. Townsend will be representing Noel Maitland before 2025. So if we see him representing anyone else, we will understand that it is not an issue with his personal issues. It's an issue with Cleveland Smith's case.
Okay. So there's many sides to the story, right? Witnesses side, Mr. Vega's side, the dead tell no tale. So the victim has no side really other than his family side, the witness side, the police side, the juror side, we the bystander, we the public side, and Munga side. So let's get into what Munga had to say about Vegas and almost this trial that's coming up now in 2025, but what he said in the past. Because we can't speak about the case, not speaking about Mr. Vegas, and not hearing what Munga has to say. So let's get into this one.
Exactly the same. If I'm mistaken. I said, what is being spent to incriminate and discriminate my character right now was not. It could not have been spent.
Oh, so it was
to assist. Cool? Yeah. And also, the same money I spent to take my life. From the time that till now, right.
Vegas.
Oh, man. When in the talk, no time, one time, did you hear? Did he call Munga a brother of the music?
He said he talked to your person.
Talk to who? Eh?
Just.
A goofy beg me call. What's that? A goofy beg me call him.
Oh. Okay.
So most of the him talk about it, I say, me related to the brother. That's the most I heard.
Yeah.
Okay. But since you say what you say, come out and say.
He called you.
He call and he send you money. So I don't know if you don't receive it or but he send you money. Throughout all of that. So you as a boy, you never get the money received. You never get no money or the money that is being spent to incriminate you. That never did spend for your medical bills and everything. In this case, that is it has spent out to put out it while me already put out it then. Clifford. You know say we are my friend for a long time.
So Clifford, that's Mr. Vegas, right? There you go.
Government name.
Innocent serious.
Oh gosh. It's just.
So you think it doesn't come from a place at that say we're not a friend for a long time, so. No, you see, no, brother, that's a fact. I just a fact. So, listen. I sat here be clear. Let's retract. Let's remind. Remember, say, I see you know, and next tape. That's offered.
Yeah.
There's a mixtape now. Nonchalant and videos to any form of threat. Again, they say, contrary to people belief, not a boisterous individual, not a violent individual, so we have the necessary need, fear, worried with people and watching back. And this is what incurred. But we definitely not put you on trial because there are no courts. But people will say that you could have just said that no, but you could have planned over the years to reprise or whatever.
And we're not gonna really want to drag it out. So basically, Munga was chopped with a machete. I call it machete. People will call it machete, but machete. And Mr. Vega's nephew never got hurt right away. So he got hurt a couple of years later, basically. So he's just asking, you never have to do it right away. You could have do it later on in life, like now when the man is dead, allegedly, right? Let's continue.
That's what people say, like people chat. Nice.
Nice indeed. So what's the plan now? Like, so I mean, you're doing these songs now and you're putting them out. Like, why not just wait until it's over and then move forward?
So we might let go.
Okay. Why not? Well,
why not out of Port Royal to a nice place out there?
Why not? That's the name of it. Why not?
You know, pleasant? No.
So did you hear the question that Harry asked him? Why not wait till the trial is over? Or the court case is over before he put out music and all of that. So let me ask the question. Does Munga have a 9 to 5? Is Munga a welder? Munga do anything else on the side other than DJ or sing or whatever he does? So if he doesn't sing and make music, how would he have these kind of money to pay his legal team? So we're not going to drag it out at all. Nothing like that at all. So you guys hear Munga's side. Now we're going to move on. Since we're talking about dancehall, we want to get into a famous Toronto DJ named Fire Blacks. And this is him, right? As you guys know, he passed. There was a situation where, he was in dancehall and people had a lot to say. Apparently, allegedly, he was talking to a girl. The girl ended up going to his house or where have you, allegedly. She searched through his stuff allegedly, or ran into or stumbled upon some kind of medication. She basically screenshot the medication. She looked up the medication. When she looked up the medication, she found out that he was HIV positive. Now, in the Black community at times, we don't try to educate ourselves on many sickness out there, many diseases out there. We just assume. Everybody know that you could have HIV for a very long time, and it doesn't turn into AIDS unless you're not taking the medication that they're giving you now. The medication that they're giving you now, some people will take that, and until now it hasn't turned out into full-blown AIDS. Like, for example, Magic Johnson had AIDS, and Altier strong, you can't tell he has AIDS. You have mothers who have AIDS and their babies are born without AIDS, and that's lots of bodily fluid contact with the baby. Remember, mommy eat, baby fed, right? All of those kind of things. Now, we always say that when someone have HIV or have AIDS, it contact through body fluid and semen, saliva, open cut, sharing needles, yada, yada, yada. They claim say he contracted this kind of HIV from having what. Now, we're going to put that in perspective because a lot of people out there having the do and having man-to-woman saga, and they're not protecting themselves and trust this person and trust that person and trust everybody and not doing a checkup and not protecting themselves. And not only that, you have some of these men have this kind of bibliotech that them a gal is from birth, even when they have wife for them yard. Right? So at times the gal is slain and the gal is kinda Like a corner boy, most of the time don't work out because this is where you end up with HIV. At times, maybe it's not from sexual contact, it could be from a needle. We don't know if he was smoking. We don't know what the situation was. We're going to see allegedly, right? In the past, when that happened, he was basically shunned from the dance hall. They claim that nobody really wanted to talk to him. Nobody wanted to deal with him anymore. Um, People kind of scorn him and kind of shunned him, and stuff like that. So I am going to get into a little bit about it, and let's get into it. 1 second.
Before, let's just talk about it. Number one, there's two types of HIV. There's HIV 1 and there's HIV 2. HIV 2 is more prevalent in West Africa and also in some of the Caribbean countries.
Exactly.
HIV 2 has a lower viral load overall, and therefore, when it comes to HIV 1, it's and dance hall scene, there's about there being a higher incidence currently. So in that regard, I think it's important that people just remain educated and get tested when you need to get tested. There is no way of really knowing you have HIV unless you get tested.
Yeah.
Let's talk about HIV symptoms. A lot common for a healthy individual. They didn't know how long.
Right? So at this point in time, nobody knew how long he had it. Not only that, between all of that, I guess the person reported him to, public health. And I guess when he contracted it, remember when you have those kind of things, it's not your doctor that call you, it's public health is calling you and letting you know they need to know all of your sexual partners. If you fail to do so, to give them all the information that they need, they will put you up on the news and then broadcast it to the world that you have it. Remember, you have no rights when they suspect that you're out here doing the do and not consulting people, and telling people that you have those things and telling people and taking your medication. So they claim allegedly that he was locked up because they said he was out here doing the do and not consulting people that he had HIV. So the question becomes, when somebody have HIV in the black community, can the black community settle down, be responsible, right? Be respectable about it. Be big people about it and say, okay, I understand you have HIV. We're going to walk with you down the lane, my brother. We're going to walk in your health path with you, my brother. We know how the black community goes. When it comes to health in our black community, when it comes to HIV in the black community, we don't talk about it. We don't have conversation about it. When it comes to mental health in our community, we worse don't talk about it. We make fun of it, and it extorts people and the mental health at times out here. So HIV and mental illness is plaguing the black community, and we pretend that we don't know, and we're still out here having unprotected. We're not even teaching our children nothing. That's why there's so much young pregnancy, teen pregnancy, because we're not even teaching our children about the birds and the bees. We're not teaching them about nothing, right? Remember, in many households that don't look like us, by the time their children reach 15, 16, they're on contraceptives. Okay? So all of these things. Now, we get to understand when it comes to Fire Blocks that he committed suicide because obviously that has to do with basically, isolation. Remember, this is a man that DJ maybe out every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He's a DJ. You know what DJ does? You're in every dance, every corner, every roundabout. So just imagine that the whole world found out that you have HIV through possible allegedly lockup and allegedly through the person who take that picture and broadcast that, right? Then, wherever you used to go to have fun, to relieve your stress, to do all of that, you can't go there no more because nobody wants to stand up with you. Nobody maybe don't want to drink from you. Nobody don't want to be seen with you because basically now you become the ghost and the demon after the dance hall because it's saying out there you were giving people HIV without telling them, allegedly. So what do you think is going to happen? He's going to be isolated because a lot of black people, They only know entertainment and nothing else for fun. They only know entertainment and nothing else for fun or nothing else for hobbies. Right? How many black people are going out there to ice skate? How many black people are going out there to do tubing? How many black people are going out there to do sledding? How many black people are going out there to do swimming? How many black people have some kind of stuff that they go after program, play tennis, volleyball, and the list go on. Remember, they have things for children, they have things for adults as well. So a lot of us and many of the black folks, their hobby is just dancehall. Right true. Right? Right true. So what if because he's a DJ, that's his job, that's his hobby, that's his everything? Then therefore he's going to be isolated. On isolation, he's going to be isolated because now he can't go to those places because everybody will be looking at him like this, east, west, north, and south, because he's the boogeyman, he's the man with the HIV. Because we're not educating ourselves that we could be in a space with someone, eat and drink with someone, and don't catch the HIV. So in the past, before he gave himself to God, at times when you're going through, because for you to commit suicide is part of mental illness. You break down, you're forgotten, you have no love, you feel like the whole world is crumbling down, you feel like no one is, you don't want to have your shoulder, no one got your back, you have no one shoulder to lay on, especially in the black community. You can't call anyone to tell them anything because by the time you look, you and them start to fight and cuss, the whole world know your business. So there's no brotherly love no more. There's no empathy. There's no sympathy. There's no togetherness. There's not picking up the phone and saying, my brother, how you doing? And the only time the love come and the donation come is when our brother and sister drop out. Right? So he ended up commit suicide. But when he was doing his offering to God, when he was going to be baptized, he said it's more than one time he attempt suicide. Let's get into this. Okay? One second. See?
Listen, for anybody here with no plan to make this move with me and make right now, nobody like that because street time to try to kill himself from December to January.
See? 3 times.
3 times.
He tried to kill himself.
You know, Jesus Christ, me and the person said, hey, this is my mom.
So that was his testimony that he tried to unalive himself 3 times already. So this possible would make the 4th time. We're not. They said he commits suicide. So you hear what he said, when people turn his back on them, on him, when everybody forsake you when you're sick. If you want to know when people are real, get sick like now, like he's sick with HIV. When you want to know if people are real, have nowhere to go. When you want to know if people are real, have no food to eat. When you want to know when people are real, have no money. So the question becomes, because he was on nitro song and playing on the sun from dusk till dawn until the sun got his name and go everywhere. In the black community, especially when you and someone start up a business and they're sick and they fall and they fail and they falter, do they still get 20%? Or when that person falter or drop out, you and the other person that you take up to be the DJ and the other person that you take up to do the business, you just pay them and don't give the person at least 10% or 20%, knowing that he helped build that sound going forward, I helped that business going forward. I'm only asking, right? Because we know how the black community at times when somebody will start something, especially like a channel, or where a person will start a business, and when the person's sick, when the person cannot give that fully 100%, and the business is still going on, we fail to falter, we fail to realize that we need to give the brother something because they have to live, they have their own bills, they have their family, and the list go on. So there's a GoFundMe up for him, and if you want to contribute, you do so, because I'm sure he has family, and I'm sure that he has to be burial coming up and all of that sorts. Okay? All right? So I just had to share that. Let's move on. We want to talk about Lisa Hyper. We know in the past, they said that Lisa Hyper ran away with a 4-month-old or 4-year-old baby. And they say those things were true. Even Richie Feelings came and admit that a couple of days ago. We heard from Deborah Bratt that Lisa was very young when she ended up in an entanglement with the Vice Cartel. We know at times when you're out here lying down with all kind of people, you end up taking on the spirit of many other Jezebels or concubines that they were sleeping with. We know that there's another deadly sin in the Bible. Thou shalt not commit adultery, meaning thou shalt not lie down with a married man or married woman. But true in the black community, more time, if a girl man a run it down, take him, and your fault, that at times come play and hand to hand. So we know at times people don't have any morals, so to speak. We know in the past that they claim that Lisa Hyper had a mental illness and they brought her to Bellevue to get to poke, or to what you guys call it, to juke. And then she come, look like a zombie, and out here space out like anything else. We know that at times those medication can make you space out for a long time, depends on how many doses you get. We know that the medication does wear off and the person will act up again and you just give them some more doses again. Now, we know that we're living on earth right now where we're living with demons, witches, sorcerers, murderers, thief, gunmen, rapists, and the so-called pastors, and the so-called Baphomet, and the so-called Antichrist. So we know in today's world, it's against flesh and spirit, the good and the bad. So the question becomes, what road you are traveling, whoever is watching this content? And I want that to sit down for a second. You have a lot of people out here that are doing things that you don't know about. You know, a lot of people have their hands in many things, like how you hear they have guard ring, Oba ring, Oba chain, Oba man, and the list go on. So we know that there's a lot of things happening on earth right now that is beyond us and beyond our control, because evil against good, flesh against the dark spirits. We hear out of Lisa Hyper mouth that she used to hang out with the Don, then they kill one of the Don, and the list go on, and not knowing that at times people eye water will catch you, especially if you're mixing up with some people who out here do all kind of things to people, and people believe that you're involved. We know people out here nowadays days are throwing blow because they're bad mind, because they want to hold down and take and all for themselves. So the question becomes, is Lisa mentally insane as in medically, or she's mentally insane because they set her that way? Watch your friends, what you keep. Watch your friends, what you keep. So why is it that Lisa has such a beautiful voice and more time that voice can carry the weight? You know why? You know why? Because a lot of time people don't want to listen to the song that she's singing. Not only that, we get to understand that Lisa Hyper did leave Gaza camp in 2009 when some of those pictures came out. When no black woman is out there shouting whatever Lisa Hyper was doing in the video or the picture out here proudly. Remember back in those times, you would have been shunned, you would have been barred, you would have been banned. So why is it only that you guys are saying that it's Lisa Hyper that a lot of people are banishing in dancehall, and we're not even talking about the angel as well, the amount of time that they hold on she until she have to turn to OnlyFans. The question becomes, out of all of the women them in Gaza, none of them never really get no car except the man them. What is so troubling and disturbing, it seems like Lisa Hyper did get a little 1 and 2 knock off of the cartel when he came out of jail here. So a promise is a comfort to a fool. And you see people ego, it's going to kill them. And you see people who believe that people have things going to give them, they're always going to end up in this kind of situation when they don't get it. We get to understand that somebody pranked Lisa Hyper, knowing that she struggled with mental illness, as counter uno, as counter what you guys are saying, and prank her that Vice Cartel buy her a car. And when she went to the car dealership, it was a prank. Just to show you how cold-heartedly you guys are, how wicked, no empathy and no sympathy. Not only that, she went to America and no one was there to pick her up from the airport. They claim America or wherever she went, and there was nobody there to pick her up from the airport. Then she went to a hotel and she never had no reservation there or nobody to pay for something there for her. So if Lisa Hyper has anyone's secret that's going to send them back to jail, then when she rant and carry on like this and you guys claim that she's off her ruckus, therefore she wouldn't even be credible to the police or credible in court or credible in front of the law. So you guys know exactly what you guys are doing. You have people out here today saying, and by tomorrow they're off their ruckus because of wickedness that people have their hands in. But just remember, at the end of the day, today for you, today for someone else. And remember, they always say when you're digging a hole for someone, make sure you dig one for yourself. Because God more time is a partial God, but more time he could be impartial. I be a wickedness on earth. Mankind no have no love. And have no feelings. As Silk Boss would shout. So let me tell you how I know that there's more to this story. Let me tell you how I know that there's more to this story. Okay? I want to start it here and tell you the reason why. From you see footer. Listen to this.
Me in the same place and we set the camera and reason. No mediocre thing.
Listen.
Remember me know say.
Back it up. Listen.
Lisa Hyper, you know me rate you.
Listen.
Me not ready for you to join my live yet. Anytime I do a live, it have to advertise, flyers have to do.
So from you see, Footer Hype don't want her to come on the live, then it tells you quite clear this is more serious than what it is. Like I've been telling you guys. Remember, if you don't give her what she want, what she was promised, she will open the mouth and let the cat out of the bag. But for when she let out the cat out of the bag, nobody will pay her no mind, because she will end up in Bellevue to get the joke, and a madman like our dead man tell no tale because they're not credible. What a wicked act. What a wicked act. It's like the demon come out of jail and everybody crazy. And not only that, before we get to Foota Hype, remember it's not only Lisa Hyper got that lick the other day. Remember that one that went to jail? The prisoner started to bawl out, Kyra! Remember Matsus almost left his freedom the other day and went to a prison? Which person want to see back prison after they come out 13 years? What did he do when he went to the prison? Kyra, come out! Kyra, come out! The voodoo or the sorcery that they lick Lisa Hyper and all of them in that crew with, it depends on who's stronger and who's the strongest and who can manage and who have their hands in voodoo as well. And only Lisa Hyper could really catch because she's already vulnerable. Remember from she's young, when a teacher had her all over, as Canto Lisa Hyper from she's 16, 17. Remember she claims that she get beaten too, and I believe it, because one of them in the camp did get beaten as well, and she did come and say her brother did stand there and watch, right? And Shorty did come out and say they fight all the time till she have to stab him with a knife, and he made it in a song. Not only that, she had a miscarriage at 6 months. So we know he's violent. And not only that, he threatened to them to box her down live on the live. And you guys made excuses. So when you say Gaza Slim, don't make it a date and don't be late to hang out with that man for him come out. It tells you quite clear. Because remember Gaza King was caught up, I see lizard on the tree, up the tree in the hole, and they did lock her up for lying. And then she said, Father, bless me, and ran into church and jump up back in dance hall. Remember good how many lives that man and how many souls, allegedly, that man been capturing. Remember Sheba come out and say she don't know nothing about no royalty. So he have all of these DJs, Rhino, and all of these people underneath his wing, and they're not getting any royalty. So if you lock up with somebody career for 13 years, and after she left 2009 and you didn't re-sign her, then you owe her. Same like how you owe everybody else. And Spice is so unfair. Spice is so unfair because Spice should remember what VP Records allegedly did to her, and it was Shaggy and Sean Paul had to try to do some kind of contract to make her do a couple other songs. Remember, she was tied with VP Records for a long time and came and cursed them every day, every minute. So you should know how somebody have your career in their hand and fold it up and crumple it in the middle of their hand, like in their palm, and walk on you every day, and you can't book with nobody else. You can't produce with nobody, really with nobody else, and this and that, because they have their career in your hand because you have a contract. So how come Lisa Hyper was okay for a while before this man came out? So when people sell their soul, don't forget, say it's only their soul they sell or sold. They have to collect many souls as well to equal to their soul that they sold. Am I talking shit? Should I mind my business? So wickedness can't done. Right? Wickedness cannot done. Right? Wickedness cannot done. Wickedness cannot done. Okay? So let's hear from Foota and see how serious the situation is. All those Foota at time talk a lot.
Me and you in the same place and we set the camera and reason. No mediocre thing. Remember me know say it's serious than way people out there take. Them don't know what we really are going. You understand? So no rush it, please. I'm not ready for me your interview yet. Me not ready yet, man. You understand me, I say? No, she me have a writ against me, I tell her. Yeah, so, people, me and Lisa Hype interview got different, man. Different, and then look how it come up. People, why do you think say, me go so bad, man? Me have that sympathetic feeling here
What did I say,
towards
guys?
Lisa and
Listen.
Wagwan. Because you don't know the offer where she go through.
What did I
And she
say?
actually strong. If it's still there right now and hold it and I fight with the music and no matter what and I eat out a rubbish pan.
So what did I say to you guys? Right? So what do I always say? Wickedness can't?
I thought human being is the wickedest animal. In grind dog. In grind.
Right? So mankind is the wickedest that you could ever find on earth. Mankind is the wickedest on earth that you could ever find. Let's continue.
That me tell her not talk about she mad. I rubbish man should I eat out if she mad. To all that where she be around encounter.
What did I say?
You understand? So me and her interview can't be no normal thing.
What did
I have
I
to go
say?
deep into my IQ and deep into the reasoning and sit down with her and it come like one of the
Because anybody who try to sit down with Lisa right now, because they throw the blow. At this point in time, you know, see she want to kill everybody and stab up everybody and spit on everybody and beat up everybody. That's how them set her right now. So anybody who's supposed to go channel that energy that they put on her, you have to be strong. And remember, foot type, they claim to the ancestor, they just hit him down and he end up had a stroke and end up in the wheelchair. Next you know, foot type now go cross her. Because remember he said he has guard ring and he have Obe bracelet and Obe chain. So he knows what kind of demon is around that girl, what spirit they throw on her, what blow they throw on her. So if him go challenge that channel that right now, maybe him dumb and can't even talk. So the question becomes, where is Lady Saw, Marion Hall to come drive away this demon or this dark spirit upon Lisa's head while she's acting like this if she's not mentally mad or not spiritually mad? So these are the things that I'm talking about. Huh? Let's continue.
right now, I don't even know how much people career Lisa Hyper are saved right now.
What did I say?
By not saying certain things.
What me
You
say?
know what kind of pressure? She a pressure herself to hold certain things even though she a grief. I truly don't know the half, man. I don't know that.
So did I say, do I need to say any more? So what was promised to her, they should give it to her to hold her mouth all these years. Right? And promise is a comfort to a fool. And you see, people who entitled, they're forever gonna go through this with people. Because everybody know in life, nothing comes for free. It comes at a price. So do I need to say any more? Should I just kiss my teeth and pass? Should I just kiss my teeth and pass and shout out again?
I thought human being is the wickedest animal.
You understand? I should have kissed my teeth literally and pass. Next. And for Jay Frey and the fix. If you guys claim that she's mentally ill, why would you guys interview her and extort her some more and put her in the face of the world? It's just because you guys are in Jamaica. If that was a first world country, taking advantage of the disabled, the mentally ill, possibly would end up going to jail. Who does that? Who realized that this girl is off for a ruckus as Kanto Uno? Because you guys are not spiritual keen, spiritual free to see that that's not a mental illness as in medical. You know, so the man sell him soul and talk about the comment is coming, the comment is coming. Do you guys know what the comment is? Go read you guys' Bible some more. You don't see the sign that him always use? Is that Gaza sign? You don't see the sign that Spice throw up on it on stage? She done sell her soul already. That's why she forever have to wear blue. Remember the powerful sorceries and sorcerers and witches always have a colored hair. Remember the sorcerer and the witch from the Little Mermaid. You see how blue her hair was when they get to that regime of selling them soul. Look at Spice's eye. Look like a snake. And what's so disturbing about it? Spice knows say the videos them came out a teacher's phone or whoever leaked those pictures and ruined that girl career. But you're gonna make big song and talk about no man can video you and put it out there. No, me not yak and ba 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 and yak. Remember Rebel did come out and talk how much cha and chew she was doing with all the use. And I won't even say allegedly. I could easily go back and get the tape and come and drop it. So everybody have their nastiness. Every stick have their every stick have their bush or bush whatever you say it. Every whole of them stick a bush, as my friend will say it. A lot of you guys out here sell your soul and have a do all kind of nastiness that you guys won't even dream of. So when you're gonna even drop that song knowing that she wished to be on the stage with the man, right? With that man, with Gaza, you're right there and then you're gonna drop that song like you're throwing shade. Man can't video you and this and that. That's why the pastor said don't go to school. Don't go into school with no skirt to go sing to those young girls. Not at all. Because when you were supposed to go in that school to go preach, you should have went in that school to preach when you come off of the dying bed. Love yourself. Go to the gym. Don't run down your body. And all of these things so you don't have to be fully looking for self-esteem if you go look for body and breast and all of this. That's when you should have went to church. That's when you should have went in the school. Because Valiant went into the school, in a school, and I could show you that, and he was just singing about girl I get F in a doghouse or whorehouse. And the kids them were singing it, even the teachers them were right there dancing. So if Valiant could have go there and go sing about girl forget walk in a house, her doll house in front of the kids them, why you couldn't go there go skin out your pum? So you see? So there's something that the pastor saw in you that a lot of people don't see in other people. Right? Remember RTD come out and talk about how much OBA you work. And you came and lick him down and said that he was a batty man. And he was a raper and he was a graper. And until now, nothing came out of those cases. Because if all of those things were true, the statutory limitation on rape doesn't expire. Okay? Do you understand? So I'm troubled and disturbed. You guys know exactly what you're doing. And you never had to be in England with Vice Cartel. And why are you in the middle and not his fiancé? Why you try to take over the man? What's the problem? Don't you have your own name? Don't you travel without Gaza? So why you never do like the rest of them and let's see them and that man go collect his thing? Why you have to be there? Is it only you one in Gaza have any song with him? There's many other girls in Gaza that have sung with him. Give somebody else a chance. You're already highlighting yourself. You're already all over the world. I hate people who are all for themselves and selfish. It tells you that they will do all kind of things to stay on top. Greed. The worst part again, you went to Freedom Street and Pompete follow you from makeup, hair, dressing and all of that to the side of the stage. And you couldn't even call her up on the stage to do one of the song out of the wind up and the slackness you were doing on the stage. You should have dropped a couple of your winding session and wind up on bedroom bully nastiness on the stage and call out your son and even call out Pompete and give them a highlight. You'd get a bigger forward. But only to be a concubine in front of his fiancée with your foot on his shoulder. Someone don't know a place. Not only that, Shorty, everywhere you go, you see Shorty. See, Shorty was in England a couple of days before Vice Carlton reached there. Every day they're trying to be co-parent. But I bet you if Shorty bad, make Shorty come and show her boyfriend and go to any one of those events with her boyfriend and see how Vice Cartel will start hold on for the little money for the little boy or behave badly and carry on. You know, see him claim say 3 things on the MBO award. Change of life, I believe he said. Forgiveness and something else. And he haven't forgiven Shorty. Because everywhere he go, he talk about how she hook on him like any mama man. I was in jail and I was paying man to watch my crutches, please. Seriously. So when you have jealous intention, mama man behavior, you will beat woman. And I believe Lisa, like how Shorty come and say he beat me and lost the baby. And all of these people that him beat up, I believe it. So when somebody out here stumble and fell, don't out here and laugh and talk about she's mad. When somebody have some kind of spiritual fighting and a spiritual battle going on, know on yourself, brother. Prepare on yourself. Pray. Ask Father God for forgiveness for some of the wickedness that she have done. Because you don't know what she have done because she talk about so much bad man and this and that and how much things she know. So sometimes keeping people wickedness in your bosom, more time will drive you insane. Selling yourself for someone to gain the world, you will lose your insanity. So at this point in time, I want to kiss my teeth literally and pass and jump off. Seriously. You understand? Because mankind have no love. You understand? Mankind has no love. Right? Mankind have no love. You understand? Right? Mankind don't have no love. No empathy, no sympathy. The only time they love you and remember you is when you're dead. Could you imagine?
Take charge of your health with the #1 doctor recommended multivitamin.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? So we have to know what life we tried on earth. You understand? Because mankind has no love. No feelings, huh? Listen. And we're not going to drag it out. Mankind is the wickedest on earth that you would ever tread against and eat amongst and sleep amongst and par amongst. And you have some demon nowadays days running around. When they're going down, they're dragging you down with them. But they should always remember who God bless no one curse. And they should always remember when you're digging a hole and digging wickedness and deceitfulness for someone else, remember that the table always turn. Remember the earth is not flat and the earth is not level. I remember God is a partial God and an impartial God and a jealous God. Thou shalt not worship nothing before me other than him. So be careful what you guys are out here doing. And be mindful when our black brothers and sisters fall and falter. Mentally, spiritually. We're supposed to be out here gracefully. So when it comes to the black race, at times we don't have no togetherness. And it's sad. So another content, people, 3 in 1. Peace and love.